We have this equation 4x minus 3y equals to negative 2, and we need to write this equation in the form, y equal to mx plus c. Okay, we need to find the slope, x-intercept, y-intercept, and graph. We need to find the slope of this line. Okay, we need to graph this line, find the x and y-intercept. So we need to write this equation in y equal to mx plus c. Now what kind of form is this y equals to mx plus c? Slope intercept form, right? So when you are asked to write in a slope intercept form, means you are asked to solve the equation for y. So we are solving this 4x minus 3y equals to negative 2 for variable y. So let's solve this equation for variable y. Okay, now in order to solve this equation for variable y, we need to get rid of positive 4x. Okay, we need to get rid of negative 3, the coefficient of y. So at first, let's get rid of positive 4x from left side. For that, we subtract 4x on both sides. Okay, on the left, the positive 4x, negative 4x, it cancel. We have 4x. Okay, sorry, this cancels, it means it's a 0, so we don't have any more x term. So we have negative 3y equals to negative 4x negative 2. Now we need to get rid of negative 3. Okay, we are solving for y. So we need to have y by itself in one side. So in order to get rid of negative 3, we divide every term by negative 3. So we have negative 3y divided by negative 3, that is positive y, equals to, so negative 4 divided by negative 3, that is positive 4 over 3. We have x, and negative 2 divided by negative 3, that is positive 2 over 3. Okay, so we have this slope intercept form. Now we compare this slope intercept form. Okay, we compare this equation with our slope intercept form y equal to mx plus c. Okay, now if we compare, so what is our slope here? Slope is 4 over 3, right? And our c, which is the y-intercept, is 2 over 3. So from here, we know our slope m is 4 over 3. Okay, we know y-intercept, which is c, this is 2 over 3. Now we need to graph this equation and we need to find the x-intercept. Now how do we find the x-intercept? So x-intercept are the point on the x-axis, right? And every point on the x-axis has y coordinate 0. So if you substitute 0 for y in the equation, you get the x-intercept. So let me take our equation 4x minus 3y equals to negative 2. So let me take 4x minus 3y equals to negative 2. Okay, and for x-intercept, okay, for x-intercept, we substitute y equals to 0. And for y-intercept, we substitute x equals to 0. Now we have 4x negative 3 times 0 equals to negative 2. So we have 4x negative 3 times 0, that is 0, equals negative 2. We divide both sides by 4 in order to get rid of 4. So here 4x divided by 4, that is x, equals to negative 2 divided by 4, that is negative 0.5. Okay, so this is our x-intercept, negative 0.5. Now let's plot the graph of this line with this information. Okay, so we need a y-axis, we need a x-axis. This is our origin. Now we know the x-intercept. X-intercept is at negative 0.5. So let's take, this is our negative 0.5. Okay, so we have x-intercept here. Okay, so we have x-intercept here. What is our y-intercept? Y-intercept is 2 over 3, right? So we have y-intercept 2 over 3, and let's call this is y-intercept 2 over 3. And if we have a 2 points, we should be able to draw a straight line using 2 points. Now if we connect these 2 points, we get a line, we get a graph, and this is the graph for this equation. So if you have the x-intercept and y-intercept, then that should be enough to draw a graph for a straight line, okay? Or you can use a slope, okay? So if you want to use a slope, you can use 4/3. So you move right 3 and go up by 4 units. So you can use the slope concept. Okay, so this is one you should know. So you will be given a line, you have to rewrite in a slope intercept form, find the slope, find the y-intercept, and graph the equation, okay? Okay, the next I want to do from here. Okay, it was not on your homework, but we did in class. So let me choose, okay, 88, okay? Do you have any question on this one? Yes.
For the intercepts, do we put them in notation like 0,
Oh yeah, you can use the coordinate, okay? Like, so for here, our x-intercept is, okay, so you can rewrite this as a negative 0.50. So you can write in order pair, okay? Or x-intercept is also the distance from the origin to the point where the graph touches the x-axis, okay? So if you write x equals to negative 0.5, it means you mean this distance. Or you can use the coordinate system like this. So for y-intercept, you can write this as a 0, 2/3. Both of these are correct, okay? So you can just write B and C itself, or you can use a coordinate system. Okay, the next is number 88, okay? So we need to find the equation of a line here, okay? So we need to find the equation of a line. And the line is parallel to y equals to, so this is given to us, y equals to 2x plus 5, and passing through, okay, this is parallel to y equals to 2x plus 5 and passing through passing through 0, 3. We need to find the equation of a line, okay, which is parallel. So we need to find the equation of a line, and the line is parallel to this line and passing through 0, 3. So here, so we need to find the equation of this line, okay. We don't know what is the equation of this line. We need to find the equation of this line. And this line, okay, this red line is parallel to y equals to 2x plus 5. So we have a line, y equals to 2x plus 5. These two are parallel to each other, okay. And the line, the red line, is passing through a point 0, 3. So let's say we have this point on the line, red line, okay, 0, 3 is on the red line. So we have to find the equation of red line, which is parallel to our black line, which is y equals to 2x plus 5, and the red line is passing through a point 0, 3. Now how do we find the equation of a line? So every time if you are asked to find the equation of a line, you have the two options to choose, okay? So every time if you are asked to find the or write the equation of a line, you have the two options, okay? The very first is you're gonna use y equals to mx plus c slope intercept form, or you're gonna use point slope form, y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So every time, okay, not in this case only, like every time if you are asked to write down the equation of a line, then you're gonna use these two options. So either you're gonna use y equals to mx plus c, or you're gonna use point slope form, okay. Now if you decide, so in order to use this slope intercept form, we need the slope, okay, and we need the y intercept. So if you have slope and y intercept, you can use this slope intercept form, okay. Now if you have the slope of a line and one point, at least one point, x1 y1 and a slope, then we're going to use point slope form. Now for this red line, so what are we given to us? So we are given a point 0, 3. Okay, so we have a point given to us for this red line. Now do we know the slope of this line? What is the slope? 2. Okay, now here this, okay, now let me call this line 2 again. This is line 1. Okay, so line 2 is the line 2 has equation y equals to 2x plus 5. Okay, and line 1 and 2, they are parallel to each other. Now how do we find the slope of a line 1? These two are parallel to each other, and if the lines are parallel to each other, what do we know about their slope? The slope is the same, right? So if we can find the slope of a line 2, then that slope of a line 2 is the same as the slope of a line 1. So let's find the slope of a line 2 at first. So our line 2, the second line is y equals to 2x plus 5. Okay, and in order to find the slope, we compare this line with our slope intercept form. So we compare this with y equals to mx plus c. And if we compare, so the coefficient of x, okay, the coefficient of x is the slope. You have to solve for y. Okay, after solving for y, you compare with the slope intercept form, or the coefficient of x is the slope. So the slope of a line 2 is 2. Since these two are parallel, the slope of a line 1 is also 2. So slope here is also 2. Now which one do we use? We know the slope, we have the point. So which do we use? Do we use the slope intercept form or a point slope form? Now, in order to find the equation of a line 1, or we can use both. Can we use both in this case? Now here, if we check the point is 0, 3. What kind of point is this? So 0, 3 is a point on the y-axis, right? So it means it is the y-intercept. So we are given the y-intercept, and y-intercept is 3. So our y-intercept is 3, slope is 2. So you can use first one, or you can use this point and the slope and use the second form. Okay, so you can use both in this case. So let's take our y-intercept form. Y equals to mx plus c. Okay, we have y equals to, slope is 2, x plus c is our 3, and this is the equation for line 1. So if you are given a slope and intercept, you're gonna use the slope intercept. If you are given a slope and a point, you're gonna use the point slope form. Any question on this one? So y equals to 2x plus 3 is the final equation of a line. Okay, now let's do one more with a perpendicular. Okay, so this is number 97. Okay, so in 97 we need to find the equation of a line perpendicular to 2x plus 2y equals to 1 and passes through 2, 1. So we need to find the equation of a line. Okay, so let's draw our line. So we need to find the equation of a line. So let's say this is what we need to find. We need to find the equation of this line. Let's call this is line 1. Okay, this is not a horizontal line. Okay, so we don't know is our line can be a horizontal or a vertical. Okay, we don't know it. So this is what we need to find, the equation of line 1, and we know this line 1 is perpendicular to x plus 2y equals to 1. So let's draw a perpendicular line. Okay, so this is a perpendicular line, line 2, and the equation of this line is given to us, and that is x plus 2y equals to 1. So this is given to us. So the equation of line 2 is given as x plus 2y equals to 1, and we know these two are perpendicular to each other, and our line 1 passes through a point 2 1. So let's say we have a point here on the line 1 which is 2 1. So we need to find the equation of line 1. Okay, line 1 is perpendicular to line 2 and line 1 passes through a point 2 1. Now these two are perpendicular, and perpendicular means what is the relation between their slopes, how their slopes are related. So we have a two perpendicular line. Now how their slopes are related? Yes.
It's like flipped. This slope is flipped.
Okay. Not okay. I understand what you mean. Okay, but it's not clear. Okay, you wanna add?
The product of the slopes equals negative.
Yes, the product of the slope of these two lines is -1. Or the other way is that the slope of a line 1 is negative reciprocal to the other line. Okay, that's also you can use. So if you have a two line perpendicular, then the slope of these two line is always product is always -1. So let's call the slope of line 1 is m1, okay, and the slope of line 2 is m2. And when you multiply this slope m1 and m2, we get -1 every time. If these two are perpendicular, we have to get -1. Okay, now so we are given the equation of a red line. Okay, so from here let's find the slope m2. Okay, and using from the definition we can find the slope of a line 1, and using a slope and a point we can find the equation of a line. So at first let's find the slope of our line 2. So our line 2 is, equation of line 2 is x plus 2y equals to 1. And how do we find the slope of this line? By solving this equation for y. So you solve this equation for y, and the coefficient of x is the slope. So let's solve this equation for y, and for that we subtract x on both sides. So positive x, negative x cancel. So we have 2y equals to -x plus 1. We still have 2 in the front of y. We need to get rid of this 2. So we divide every term by 2. Make sure you divide every term by 2. So 2y divided by 2, that is y equals to, we have -x over 2. And we can rewrite this as a coefficient of x is -1, right? So we can rewrite this as a -1 over 2 times x plus 1 over 2. Now, whatever coefficient you have for the x, that is the slope. Okay, so here the coefficient of x is -1 over 2, and this is a slope of our line 2. So here, so we have slope of a line 2 is m2, so m2 is -1/2. So you find the slope of a line given to you. So we have a line x plus 2y equals to 1, and we find the slope by solving the line for y, coefficient of x, the slope. Now, since these two are perpendicular, m1 times m2 has to be -1. Okay, so m1 is the slope of line 1, which we are trying to find. The product of m1 and the m2 is always -1. Okay, the reason is that m1 is a slope of a line L1. Okay, m2 is a slope of a line L2, and L1 and L2, these are perpendicular, and the product is always -1. Now m1, this is what we are trying to find. m2 is -1/2, so we have -1/2 equals to -1. Now let's get rid of 2 from left side, so you multiply both sides by 2. So 2 to cancel. So we have m1 times -1, that is -m1 equals to -2. We have negative in the front, so you can divide both sides by the -1, or you can multiply. So -m1 divided by -1, that is m1 equals to -2 divided by -1, that is 2. So 2 is the slope of our line. Okay, so m1, the 2 is the slope. So here this m1 is 2. Now, so we are given a slope. Okay, so our slope is 2, and we are given a point through which this line passes, and the point is 2, 1. So point is 2, 1, slope is 2. Now what do we use to find the equation of a line having a slope 2 and passing through this point? What do we use? Now we have a slope of a line and we have a point through which the line passes. Now what form of a line do we use to find the equation of a line here? Do we use a slope intercept form or a point slope form? So we are given a slope, okay? So we are given a slope and we are given a point. This is the point through which the line passes, okay? Like if we go back to here, see? So we are given a point. So we are given to one point and we know the slope is 2. Now, do we use a slope intercept form or a point slope form? Slope point slope form, okay, or slope point form. So now let's use our point slope form, and which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So let's call this point is our x1, y1. Now we substitute. So we have y as it is. So our y1 is positive 1 equals m. The slope is 2 times x. X is x, okay, and x1 is 2. Now we simplify this. So you distribute 2 for each term. So we have y minus 1 equals to 2 times x, 2x, 2 times negative 2, negative 4. Okay. Now you solve this for y. You add 1 on the both sides. And we get our y equals to 2x negative 3 as the equation of a line. So this is the equation of a line which is perpendicular to x plus 2y equals to 1. So we did two types. You will have one type on your test, okay? So you will have, that's for sure. So let me give you one problem and I want you to do by yourself. And so this is the, okay, so this is problem number 96. So you need to find the equation of a line, okay, perpendicular to y plus 3x equals to 2 and passes through 1, 4. Okay, so I'll give you 3-4 minutes, okay, and those who need help, please let me know, okay? I can come there and just help you. So find the equation of a line which is perpendicular to y plus 3x equals to 2 and passes through point 1, 4. If you need help, let me know. The very first step is you need to find the slope of a line y plus 3x equals to 2. If you can draw the picture, it would be best, okay? Okay, so the slope is for this line is negative 3 and the negative of reciprocal of 3, that is, okay, this is 1. That's the point, okay. So y minus 1, 1. Okay, that's good. Okay, you add 4 on both sides. Yeah, that's right. That's good. So 1, yes.
On this one, why do we have 2 to both sides?
Oh, no. Because what we have product. Okay, so give me a. So this is one number, okay? Now, we are trying to get rid of this denominator too, and we have a product here. Now, in order to get rid of denominator, we multiply both sides by the same denominator. Okay, so you have 2, so we multiply both sides by 2. And this, so let me write on this here. Okay, and these 2 and these 2 cancel because we have a product here. M1 times -1 is negative M1, okay, and -1 times 2 is -2, and you divide by, okay? Okay, yes, so this is, yes, so this is good. Now, since these 2 are perpendicular, okay, now you need to find this one, okay? Okay, now is the thing. So, -3 is just a number, okay? So this is one number, and in between M1 and -3, we have a product here. So you need to get rid of this -3. So in order to get rid of this -3, you're gonna need to divide, and you have a product. Like if it was something like M1 minus 3 equals to -1, yes, you can add 3. But here we have a M1 times -3. So -3 is just a number, okay? So it's not a sign in between these two. So you divide by -3. Okay? And you have here. Okay, that's the slope of again line -3. Okay. And it's not the slope of 9. The line that we are trying to find. Yeah, you need to find the M1. So here, let's draw. So we need to find equation of line. Okay, so let's call that line. So we are trying to find what is the equation of this line. So let's call this one. This line is perpendicular to y plus 3x equals to 2. That is also a line. So this line is perpendicular to this line. And the equation is y equals y plus 3x equals to 2. This is given to us. Okay, and passes through 1, 4. So this line 1 passes through a point 1, 4. Okay, now these 2 are perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular means the product of the slope of this line and this line is -1. So let's call the slope of line 1 is L1. Slope of this line is L2. And can you find the slope of this line at first? So find the slope of y plus 3x equals to 4. You said
But your other one is so pushing.
no, okay.